I've done the conspiracy theory icebergs, as well as the US President conspiracy theory iceberg itself. So if there's one type of recurring joke on here other than my love life, it's conspiracy theory icebergs. So I bring to you the Unhinged conspiracy theories iceberg, while I'll be going over theories that are funny, outlandish, or just cool. The time cube theory is presented by professional degenerate, self-proclaimed smartest man in the world, and time cubist, and potential time racist, a timist, Gene Rey. He proposes the idea that our planet has corners in its shape, and the Earth is a cube. Earth has 4 sides apparently, that each go through 4 separate days. Day 1, midday. Day 2, sundown. Day 3, midnight. And day 4, sun up. The most beautiful thing Gene said was that he supported race segregation. He said the only races that existed were whites, blacks, Asians, and Indian. I'm sure he meant Middle Eastern, but he said Indian. I think he forgot Latinos and Hispanics, and most likely doesn't think I exist. You're starting to sound a whole lot like Ashley to me. I don't know what this has to do with the time cube, but it's available on his now archived website. I've also made a video on this situation if you feel like watching that. Project Bluebeam is quite possibly the funniest theory out there, not even gonna lie about it. NASA and the NWO have a plan to fake an alien invasion through the use of holograms. This alien invasion will be so massive it'll unite the entire world, but the wildest part is that it'll also fake the second coming of Christ, along with bringing gods of other religions. These gods will then merge into one bigger god to defeat the aliens, but plot twist. It's actually the Antichrist posing as all these gods. This, in turn, will lead to the NWO indoctrinating everyone into a new religion with the Antichrist at the head of it all, and if you reject, you will either be a slave or human sacrifice if you're of Christian faith. You can either be killed or used as an experiment, or re-educated. That's right, you'll start to receive back-to-school commercials about the Antichrist. This theory was proposed by a man named Serge Monist, and is believed that President Ronald Reagan also hinted to this one time. Again, I also made a video on this. In fact, it was my second conspiracy video, I believe, if you feel like watching that. The movie Frozen was created to hide Walt Disney's head. Kinda. The theory says that the movie Frozen was created in order to drown out results of people searching for the other theory of Walt Disney's frozen head. Walt Disney had apparently had his head cryogenically frozen so that he could be brought back to life in the future. California wildfires are created by direct energy weapons. So, for a good while, California was getting lit up, grilled even. Land here was well done, if you will. Some people say that these fires were caused by direct energy weapons, which are said to be a weapon that shoots down a beam from space on Earth. It's thought that these were being tested, which resulted in the California wildfires happening. Pictures also accompany this theory. How's this for a recurring joke? Pope Francis is the Antichrist. This is just because Francis has taken a more liberal stance than other popes. Dude literally said, it's okay to be gay, and people went, gays? Ugh, no. If you gay, then in hell you will stay, is what they said. Nuclear weapons don't exist is the theory that the atom bomb or any nuclear weapon doesn't exist, and it's just propaganda to keep everyone in fear of a nuclear holocaust. Because you're not immune to propaganda. This leads us to our next topic. The Chernobyl disaster itself was faked. Never happened. Once again, this was made to provide fear of a nuclear holocaust. They made up the illusion of Chernobyl and nuclear energy being dangerous, and that Chernobyl is perfectly habitable. The 5-hour video is a supposed video that surfaced on 4chan, in which it's claimed to be a 5-hour video, or in some cases a 3-hour long video that showcases multiple video proofs of aliens. The wildest and, is it awful to say the best part about this is a claim that one of these videos is of the Chinese military and their soldiers gunning down multiple aliens. I kind of want to see that, not even gonna lie. But for legal purposes, that's a joke, just like my love life. Of course, we don't have proof for this, and it said that footage was posted and immediately taken down, only leaving reports of what was seen. Meat stations is a supposed black market that trades human meat and sells it. It said that those who do this take victims of kidnapping and human trafficking, they inject them with chemicals like they do farm animals and slaughter them. So next time you order a steak at Black Angus, remember, that was a Lakers fan. Jesus and the Bible are from the future. It's a theory that Jesus is from the future. Not just that though, he's a US president from the future. Not just that as well, the events of the Bible are all from the future. Apparently it said that Jesus and the Bible were sent back in time to instill these ideas and morals into humanity a lot earlier than they actually were. The earth was flat. Now, contrary to popular belief, I am not a flat earther. The Earth is obviously a donut. Have you ever been to the center of the Earth? No, you haven't. Therefore, donut Earth, because there is no center of the Earth. Besides that, the theory goes on to say that we, as a collective manifestation, made the Earth spherical by believing it wasn't flat, therefore turning it from flat to round, unlike your girl's ass. Alright, sorry. I'll remove the allegations of you having a girlfriend, so let's move on, unlike how I can't move on from her. It haunts me. Plastic is edible. You can eat plastic, they just tell you not to. All celebrities are transgender. That D-list celebrity you DM'd hoping and even campaigning to the 120 people who watch you on YouTube, yeah, she has a penis. I'm so sorry I used you as an example, Ashley. I would do anything for you. I'd beat the fuck out of my little brother if he still lived at home with me, and if I had to. I would suck someone's dick. I would kidnap 1,000 children. Native Americans created white people. Can you believe that? Native Americans literally went into WWE Custom Character Creator and just whipped up a white person. The belief is that Native Americans secretly bred white people and infused them with dark magic so that they could destroy the world. I don't know if this is serious, but come on. Misandry? Whatever. Homophobia? Kinda fucking cringe. But I draw the line at saying white people are evil. Why? Because I love white women. So you probably know what an emergency alert system is, right? If not, I'll give you an example of one.
This critical message is from the United States Space Force. This is not a test. We interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to inform you of an imminent threat to public safety and well-being. The Earth has been pulled out of orbit due to rogue planet OGLE 2016 BLG 1928.
Terrifying, honestly. But these are made to wipe your memory and make you forget that something potentially kind of based happened. Bob Lazar is a PSYOP agent. So the name Bob Lazar is the most notorious name to come from the Area 51 lore. He's mentioned seeing things like aliens and alien aircrafts, as well as working on these aircrafts. Apparently Bob Lazar is posing as a former worker, telling a wild story so that the media can scrutinize him and make people think that there's nothing to look at Area 51, and also turn them away from Area 51 conspiracy theories. Ghosts are biological beings. This is more of an idea, but it's a belief that ghosts are an entirely different entity, just like your mom, and that they live in a different dimension. It's thought that sometimes these beings we think of as ghosts are just slipping through dimensions, which is why not everyone has seen one. UFOs are jellyfish. There's the theory that UFOs we see in the sky aren't actually alien aircrafts, but are actually jellyfish-like creatures that reside in the Earth's atmosphere. Two men named William D. Basiago and William B. Stillings claim to have been a part of a CIA experimental program in which they were, as kids, sent to the surface of Mars. Along with them, former President Obama. This is supposedly tied to the Stargate project they did, in which they tried using a technique called the remote viewing, which is where you can see into a location that's out of sight. Okay, let me read this one to you. Michael Jackson, killed by the Iranian government. Apparently, the media in the US was constantly covering a potential election fraud in Iran, and Iran, setting out to get the US off their backs, decided to have Michael Jackson killed off so all the news attention could be shifted away from them. It apparently worked. Planets are hollow, along with the hollow Earth theory, which states that Earth is hollow and that there are civilizations living inside it. It goes to say that planets in our solar system are hollow. It's believed that the Cold War was staged. That's right, the events of Black Ops Cold War aren't actually based off of true events. Outbreak? Never happened. Apparently the US and the Soviet Union were telling the media that they were rivaling each other as well as being on the brink of war, while behind the scenes they were working together. A 4chan user supposedly stationed in the Middle East had posted a story of rabies-type viruses, or at least one virus that was exposed in a secret facility over there, and several of them were infected. This virus was called J376. Apparently, if you search J376, you get directed to Camp Buka, which is where it's thought that this took place. You've heard of Holocaust deniers? Get ready for Vietnam War deniers. I'm not making these theories up, I swear to God. Some people think the Vietnam War didn't happen. It was all propaganda to get people to sign up for the military. Lest we say it again, you're not immune to propaganda. Don't get mad at me though. I'm just a messenger. I don't believe anything happened until I was born. Unfortunately, I have been on 4chan before. A whopping 4 to 5 times. The very first time I went on there, I checked out their X board since I hear that's where all the weird shit that I'm into is located. Here, I found a theory someone posted about UFOs being Nazi propaganda. You know me. I thought that was fucking god tier. Like, come on, I want to hear that explanation. They claim that UFOs aren't alien, but rather German technology, and that the idea of UFOs holding aliens is a psyop. The Germans apparently achieved technological singularity in the 1850s and have been more advanced than the rest of us since. They claimed that what crashed at Roswell in 1947 wasn't alien, but German. Sorry, Skinny Bob, according to 4chan, you're not an alien. You're a fucking Nazi. This crash was deliberately staged in order for a Nazi-controlled America, check Operation Paperclip for more, to receive this technology and beat Nazi Germany's greatest enemy, the Soviet Union. I want to make an entire thing dedicated to this one thing, bro. I kid you fucking not. Like, I just kind of want to shit on it. But I kind of want to see why they came to these conclusions. Like, come on. That just took me aback. I need to fucking talk about it. The biblical character, one of the sons of Adam and Eve, the first man to commit murder when he killed his brother Abel, Cain, was cursed with immortality by the big tuna, God himself. He is said to be still living out his days on Earth as Bigfoot. I have no idea where this comes from, but I've seen this multiple times. MK Ultra was a part of the CIA mind control program, along with its more famous sibling, MK Ultra. However, MK Ultra was actually much more based and red-pilled, I'm not gonna lie. So MK Ultra was kind of the same thing as MK Ultra. Instead of using drugs though, or psychedelics, basic human torture, they used the occult and the paranormal. That's right, they tried to see if magic was real, and even had funds go into it, and to see if it can harness the forces of darkness and explore the world of dark magic. So apparently they hired fortune tellers, Satanists, psychics, palm readers, clairvoyants, and astrologists to help them out in this project. It's always the fucking astrology girls, isn't it? God, why did she have to be a fucking cappuccino? So this one's hard, because there's actually a deeper rabbit hole here. But some eyewitnesses and other testimonies during the Columbine shooting had stated that they saw another student named Robert Perry. Some accounts give descriptions of the shooters that don't match the two known shooters, but they match Perry's. There's actually a big thing on Reddit, which sounds funny, right? It sounds... yeah, you know. But for the research and time they put into the subject, I won't make fun of them. But it's a back and forth thing whether these accounts are legitimate or easily debunked. Your favorite comedian, Bill Cosby, was framed when the not-so-sicko-mode cash money young moolah baby allegations of assaulting women were made. No, I'm just kidding. There was a supposed fifth hijacked plane on 9/11. There's one account of a woman named Carol Timmons, a long-time pilot who was scheduled to fly from New York to Los Angeles on September 11, 2001. As the plane was going down the runway, the airport shut down, and Timmons, along with the pilot and airport crew, had to seize control of the plane. They had received some concern about 4 Arab men on the plane who ended up fleeing from the plane when it returned to the terminal. They had supposedly found Al-Qaeda documents in their luggage, and the FBI later questioned Timmons, and it's suspected that the plane was also supposed to be hijacked. The thing is, the FBI never made a public statement on this, and it's not even mentioned in the 9/11 Commission report. Aliens are demons. Over the past summer, this specific theory kept showing up on my channel, and now it's giving me PTSD so much that I had to stutter right there. So it goes like this. Aleister Crowley, professional Satanist, had reportedly met a demon named Lamb, who looks pretty close to the generic and widely reported gray alien. In the FBI's UFO Packet Part 1 document, there's something called Memo 6751. This memo has a claim that otherworldly beings aren't originating from space, but rather a different dimension. This then ties into another theory known as the Babylon working, which is a supposed event that took place where a man named Jack Parsons, who was a student of Crowley, had performed a ritual that opened a portal to hell. This in turn led to what we perceive to be the Greys to come out of the portal. It's also said that a child was conceived in this ritual, as this causes a rift because when a child is conceived, there is a rift that opens to let life come in to our 3D realm, Earth. This rift allowed the aliens to come through. So essentially, don't do sexy sin or else an alien is gonna break into your house and eat your ass. When I say I have a bad relationship with Saturn, it's because of the fucking conspiracies behind this planet. It's more of a broad thing though, so I'll go over the more general themes you see in most Saturn theories. Saturn is satanic. Beings known as the Archons, along with the reptilians, are using Saturn to manipulate human population in order to keep us in the state of negativity so they can feed off that energy. Saturn imagery is worshipped due to its dark connection, which is why you tend to see Saturn everywhere. Saturn, since the beginning of times, has been used for bad juju vibes. So the most popular theories specifically are the Saturn Archons, known as a book called Hidden Rulers Through the Ages, and another one called The Saturn Death Cult. This is basically a book that says the Illuminati have been around from the start, and early humans worshipped Saturn as a god because Earth would orbit Saturn first. So the Illuminati have essentially been using their money in order to find a new home, or in this case, a new Babylon. So since then, they've been hiring and promoting leaders, warrior kings, nowadays politicians, so they can promote the practice of human sacrifice to Saturn nowadays through military war, hence the death cult part. The flat sun, the Earth itself isn't flat, the sun is. There's one account of this. It states that the Earth, shaped as a donut, has the sun living inside of it, and that it spins inside of the Earth, as well as saying that the Earth is inside out. These fucking people, bro, I swear to God. Alright, there you have it. Conspiracy theory iceberg, done. US President conspiracy theory iceberg, done as well. Conspiracy theorist iceberg, I don't know if it's done yet. Unhinged conspiracy theory iceberg, done. Now it is. So now my knees hurt, and I want to sit down, so I'm gonna say goodbye. Bye.